Okay, so this is going to be part 2 of the shoulder girdle complex, force couples, and trying to get all the different muscles to turn on. So again, I'm going to use Phil. We're going to talk about just reaching up and overhead. So for a lot of people, they reach up and they kind of get into this little internally rotated position. And there's 2 things that can be driving this. One of it is just like a tightness, usually of those lats, because most people don't reach up overhead enough. Phil does a lot. He's got plenty of range of motion, and he's also really strong. So he does this a lot. But that we're going to come up and turn in. And if he comes up and turns in, he also ends up driving it out of this like upper trap shrug. Come on back down, Phil. From the first video that we did, we talked a lot about I need this muscle to work with this muscle, to work with this muscle, to work with this muscle. Like they all have to work together. And if I do this, then I'm really driving this, and I'm kind of turning off a lot of these other muscles. So the simple fix for that is if we try to get you to reach up and overhead, I want him to actually rotate, like turning that thumb behind him, and he's also going to shrug up. And if he does that, we're hoping that he feels this a little bit more, but also it's going to pull that shoulder blade around a little bit more, which is going to activate that. So now this and this are working together. Just by virtue of being in this position, his lower trap is working, and I can feel it. So there's that. He may or may not be able to feel it. It depends on how hard we're making him work, and he's got plenty of range, and he's strong, so he probably doesn't feel this very much. But that is really what we're looking for, that external rotation, that big shrug, boom, 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 all those things are turning on. Great. Okay, well, if he doesn't feel that, we can take this, and I can have him just holding there. That should just by itself turn on more muscles. Then go ahead and reach up and overhead, Phil, if you can. This is a 13-pound kettlebell. He's not going to drop it on his head. But what I want is if you turn into internal rotation a little bit, how does that feel?
Weak.
Weak. And then if you turn back the other way, how's that feel?
Stronger.
Stronger. Okay, good. So, and what he might feel, and are you more aware of any of these muscles around here? Yeah, okay, so that's great. So just having him hold that weight, now it has to actually work, and he's more aware of it too. And this and this and this, and like everything is working together. You can bring that down. So just working on getting that arm up, that external rotation, it's not just a cue for the sake of it being a cue or like biomechanical, it's also a lot about muscle activation. And if we can turn on that serratus and get it to couple with that upper trap, with that lower trap, again, this is how we enhance function. This is how we get people stronger. This is how we make your shoulders bulletproof. And if you need a little bit of weight in your hand to feel it, great. Figure out what you need to connect to that spot just a little bit more. But that was perfect. So think about, can you come up? Can you really pull that thumb back behind you and reach up towards the sky and take inventory about what you feel in your shoulder?